Have you ever imagined a future where Earth can no longer sustain human life? A world where progress is no longer a sign of advancement, but the final warning? The year is 2090, a turning point that forces humanity to stop and face a terrifying truth. Our blue planet has reached its ultimate limit. From 7.8 billion people in 2025, the global population has skyrocketed to 11 billion in just 65 years. But this explosive growth couldn't last forever. Earth is exhausted, and the future of humanity now stands at an unprecedented crossroads. Are we witnessing the end of an era or the beginning of a difficult rebirth? The pressure on our blue planet has surpassed its limits. Earth is buckling under humanity's insatiable thirst for resources. Is this the end of civilization as we know it, or a moment when humanity will rise again, powered by the last miracles of technology? By the year 2000, more than 50% of the world's tropical rainforests had been wiped out for land, timber, and fuel. But that was only the beginning. From 2001 to 2024, an additional 386 million hectares of forest vanished beneath chainsaws and smoke. By 2090, the rainforest, Earth's final lung, is on the brink of extinction. The most biodiverse ecosystems on the planet are dying, pushing millions of species to the edge of oblivion. As the voices of the forest fade, life beneath the oceans quietly disappears too. With the global population approaching 11 billion by the end of the century, our collective consumption has pushed the oceans past their breaking point. In the name of feeding the world, massive industrial operations have emptied the seas, exhausting once abundant species like tuna and lobster. Oceans that once teemed with life are now eerily silent. Meanwhile, rivers have run dry, and freshwater has become more precious than gold. Despite countless warnings, humanity failed to reduce its water consumption. Now, in 2090, we are living through the worst freshwater crisis in human history, where every drop of clean water is guarded like a treasure. And so, humanity stands at a crossroads: disappear alongside a dying Earth, or rebuild this planet from the ruins we created, using every ounce of wisdom, unity, and technological innovation we have left. Whether the future holds darkness or light, that choice still belongs to us, but only if we act today. A burning future for Earth and the surprising rise of Antarctica in 2090, the world is entering the hottest era in human history. Global temperatures are not just rising, they're accelerating at an alarming rate. Once fertile lands across Africa, the Middle East, and Asia are now gripped by record-breaking heat waves, pushing global agriculture into crisis. Soils are cracking, freshwater sources are drying up, and crops are withering in fields that were once the breadbaskets of the world. By the year 2090, the Earth's production of natural food has hit an all-time low. Traditional crops have nearly vanished, unable to survive in the extreme climate. Fresh fruits have become a luxury, available only in wealthy, climate-controlled settlements. Freshwater, a resource once taken for granted, has become more precious than gold. Meanwhile, the Earth's poles are bearing the clearest signs of climate collapse. In West Antarctica, ancient glaciers, millions of years old, are crumbling and plunging into the ocean, causing global sea levels to surge. And yet, paradoxically, this melting ice is opening up a new frontier for humanity. By 2090, West Antarctica is no longer a frozen, barren wasteland, but a new promised land for massive waves of climate migration. As traditional regions become uninhabitable, millions of people flock to Antarctica, which has warmed significantly and become suitable for agriculture, infrastructure, and urban development. New generation cities are rising from the melted ice, resembling past versions of Alaska, Northern Europe, and Iceland, but powered by far more advanced technologies: floating cities, 100% renewable energy, and fully climate-controlled environments. Once considered the end of the map, Antarctica has now become the world's new epicenter, a last refuge that is both terrifying and filled with hope. According to warnings from the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, global sea levels could rise by as much as 60 centimeters in the near future. The consequences are no longer just predictions. Coastal cities around the world are gradually being swallowed by rising tides. numerous coastal areas and island nations have been forced into urgent evacuations. Millions of people have been displaced, losing their homes and homelands. Even more alarming, over 75% of the Maldives, the world's lowest-lying country, has already vanished beneath the sea. Year 2090. As Earth cries out, technology surges beyond imagination. While Mother Nature groans under the weight of extreme climate change, melting polar ice, and increasingly destructive superstorms ravaging coastal cities, technology races ahead with unprecedented momentum. The year 2090 marks the full rise of a post-human era where artificial intelligence, robotics, and automation have infiltrated every corner of society. At the forefront of this revolution are colossal tech corporations, whose influence now surpasses that of many national governments. Billionaire CEOs have become the new power monarchs, shaping the destiny of humanity with decisions untouched by public vote. From space-based data centers to a globally integrated virtual reality grid, they have transformed Earth into a hybrid realm of physical and digital existence. Automation has expanded far beyond the factory floor. Robots now serve as bankers, surgeons, and even devoted domestic assistants. Delivery drones fly directly to high-rise balconies, while AI systems process financial transactions in the blink of an eye. In transportation, the most groundbreaking advancement comes in the form of vactrains, ultra-high-speed trains traveling through vacuum tubes, combining magnetic levitation and pneumatic pressure to reach speeds of 6,400 km/h. Thanks to this technology, the journey from New York to Tokyo takes less than an hour. A trip from London to Sydney feels like an afternoon outing. By 2090, the world has become hyper-connected, with geographical barriers virtually erased. But along with this technological boom come pressing questions about ethics, privacy, and the growing dependence on machines. Are we building a utopia or trading freedom for convenience? Looking beyond 2090, experts predict that AI won't just assist, it will govern. Robots may be granted citizenship in some countries, and humans could live across multiple virtual realities, leaving behind traditional concepts of space and time. The world in 2090, when cultural borders fade and life enters a new era. By the year 2090, global culture has entered an unprecedented era of unification. The boundaries that once divided people by nationality and language have gradually dissolved. In their place, the world has established new global cultural norms where people share common values around creativity, education, and personal freedom. Hundreds of native languages have faded into obscurity, replaced by a handful of dominant global languages, such as English, Spanish, and Chinese. These languages now serve as the main tools of communication in commerce, education, and daily interaction, supported by real-time translation technology and integrated language AI in every personal device. Urban landscapes have transformed dramatically. Towering megacities now stretch skyward, housing the majority of the global population. Once unique cityscapes like Hong Kong and New York have become the standard replicated across nations. These smart cities, powered by AI, clean energy, and self-sustaining ecosystems, allow hundreds of millions to live in densely populated but highly efficient and comfortable environments. Surprisingly, even though modern society operates at a fast and high-tech pace, people work fewer hours than ever before. On average, a person works just 20 hours a week, a massive shift from the 21st century. Instead of chasing material possessions or status, the society of 2090 celebrates creativity, leisure, and a meaningful life. With the heavy lifting of labor taken on by artificial intelligence and robotics, people now have more time to learn, explore, and grow. Education is no longer a privilege, but a universal right, and global literacy and knowledge levels have reached an all-time high. Looking ahead, we can expect even greater cultural convergence, leading to a unified human identity where diversity is honored, but no longer divides. The year 2090 may mark the beginning of a post-national civilization, a global society where humanity, regardless of origin, co-creates a harmonious, innovative, and sustainable future. The year 2090, when technology redefines the world and humanity. The world of technology is evolving at an unprecedented pace, sweeping across every industry in a whirlwind of automation, artificial intelligence, and groundbreaking innovation. Manual labor and basic office jobs are quickly becoming relics of the past, replaced by careers that demand sharp intellect, creativity, and deep technological understanding. In this new era, a university degree is no longer a mark of distinction. It's the baseline. From bachelor's to doctoral degrees, never before has humanity seen such a surge in highly educated individuals. By 2090, higher education will not just be a dream, but a vital part of life. Education systems will be fully integrated with AI, allowing each person to follow a personalized learning path. Children will begin coding at the age of 5 and enter the realm of quantum research by 15. As the global economy becomes increasingly tech-driven, the workforce will undergo a profound transformation. The more machines and automated systems we create, the more engineers, software developers, AI specialists, and data managers will need to design and maintain them. By the end of the 21st century, programmers will far outnumber secretaries and become one of the most in-demand and widespread professions on the planet. Yet the most astonishing breakthroughs won't be found on the surface of technology, but embedded deep within the human body. Thanks to the rapid advancement of nanotechnology and biocomputing, microscopic chips the size of blood cells can now be implanted into the body, functioning like an internal physician 24/7. These devices monitor health, regulate hormones, fight off viruses, and even help maintain mental clarity and cognitive sharpness. This microscale technology also ushers in a new golden age of virtual reality. No longer dependent on headsets or gloves, people can now feel an entire virtual world simply through thought. Neural signals are translated directly into visual, tactile, and motor experiences, allowing users to walk, touch, and even breathe in artificial worlds. With a blink of an eye, you could step into a digital universe filled with soaring dragons, floating cities above the clouds, or deep oceans teeming with glowing mythical creatures. And for those still longing to explore the real universe, space tourism will be in full bloom. What was once science fiction, seeing Earth from orbit, has become a luxurious experience for the wealthy elite. Some pioneers will even reach lunar colonies with self-sustaining ecosystems, or visit Martian outposts designed to study climate patterns and test new ways of life. The year 2090 marks the age of the unimaginable, a time when the lines between the real and the virtual, between humans and machines, begin to blur. It's a peak in human ingenuity, and yet also a moment teetering on the edge of technological dependence. Prosperity and destruction, hope and peril, all possibilities unfold at once. The question is, which path will we choose? Even though the natural world may be collapsing around us, the year 2090 still opens doors to groundbreaking innovations and leaps in consciousness. But no matter how far science advances, the future of humanity remains a mystery, a labyrinth of possibilities that no one can fully predict. Experts may offer compelling forecasts, but the universe, it always has a way of shifting the course beyond our control and understanding. So, what do you think? Will the future be a technological paradise or a harsh test of survival? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this topic fascinating, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video so we can continue exploring the mysteries of the universe and humanity together. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next journey.